Today, we're diving into something exciting. Real people sharing their experiences with a tiny house you can actually buy on Amazon. First, let's quickly introduce the Jubilee House. Made in Indiana, offers 1 or 2 bedrooms, a full bathroom, and premium materials built to last. With energy efficiency, modern appliances, and a sleek design, it's perfect for stylish and comfortable tiny living. Now, let's hear what real buyers have to say about living in a tiny house bought online. Here's what they loved, what surprised them, and why this isn't just another online shopping gimmick.
My name is Kimberlyn Ramirez, and I'm from Charlestown, Indiana, and I recently just bought a house with this company.
Are you happy with it so far?
Very happy. I actually love my house so much.
That's awesome. So what was it like working with our company and the building process?
Well, it was actually really fast, but the quality's amazing. Like, we haven't had really any issues, and any issues that we did, like, they resolved it very quickly. And throughout the whole process, they communicated with us. Like, it was really great.
That's awesome. So what are some specific things you like about the finished home?
That's finished home. Ooh, definitely my kitchen. I'm someone who cooks a lot, so my kitchen was very, very important to me. And we have like these big sinks, and I love like the faucets. And for the little lightings in our kitchen, we actually didn't choose them, but I love, love, love the option they did choose. Like, it was perfect. They completely did an amazing job with my kitchen. And these are the amazing lights that I was talking about in my interview. I love them so much, and I didn't even choose them myself. And so is my cabinets. Bill chose them himself, and all the little beautiful handles. So I'm so happy that he took it upon himself to just choose them, and they came out so nicely. And yeah, this is my kitchen. It's a little bit messy, but I love it so much. And our countertop's beautiful. He gave us a lot of choices too, and it was just amazing. It was so quick, so easy, and they let us like choose a lot of the stuff too, which I really, really like.
That's awesome. Well, I would love to hear personally your story. Going from renting to getting into home ownership and how that process went. And please let everybody know. How old are you and Kevin?
Well, I am 20, and my boyfriend is 21, and so we are first-time home buying owners who are very, very young. We are very young, and it was definitely a big jump. It was very risky, but we decided to take it, and honestly, it went so well. We went from renting an apartment to owning a home, and I mean, the prices for our mortgage was way so much better, because we were basically throwing away money, and it's a huge investment in the future. Honestly, like in the long run, your value of your home's gonna go up, especially because they've been building so many pretty houses around here too, the same company, KGF Homes, and it's just so nice to be able to know that in the long run it was such a good idea and such a good investment, and it'll bring us good luck and stuff.
How was your down payment? Was it really expensive and hard to get?
No, it actually wasn't. Our loan, we only put down, I think it was like maybe 2% down, and it's a 30-year loan, and it was really nice, honestly, and not so much on the down payment. It wasn't too bad at all, actually.
That's awesome.
And the house itself wasn't pricey either, and it's amazing.
So what would you tell someone who's wanting to get into home ownership and own their own home?
Take the risk. Honestly, take that risk. It's a bit scary, and it's a bit of a process. Like, you learn how to do like your property taxes and all that type of stuff. So it's definitely a little bit chaotic, but I promise it's so worth it in the long run. And honestly, like, it's such a great feeling to be able to say, like, I'm the owner of this house. Like, it's so nice, especially as coming from someone so young. Take that risk, honestly.
So I'm here with one of our wonderful customers in the beautiful Charlestown, Indiana. And so I'd like to start off asking who you are and where are you from?
So my name is Ben Evans, but I was born in Arizona. I moved here when I was like 6 years old, something like that.
Nice.
And then, so I've lived here for somewhere around 12, 13 years. And
nice.
Yeah, really like Indiana. Arizona's nice too, but Yes, Indiana's pretty all right.
That's cool. So obviously you purchased a home from us, and so we want to talk about that today. I'd like to hear a little bit more about you and your past and your journey of getting to a home. So what was your housing situation like before buying a home from us?
I was living with my parents. I was on the verge of wanting to get married and, start, I guess, like my own life or journey, whatever you want to call it. And I had done work for the one that build these houses, and I just started to notice, like, hey, these houses are really nice. Like, I wonder what, I wonder if I would be able to afford to live in one of these, or decided to call the builder and be like, hey, like, is it okay if I look at a couple lots? And then,
Nice.
we got to talking, and, I was like, okay, this is like, this is actually a possibility. Saw this lot, and I was like, yep, that's the one. Everything worked out great, and I ended up purchasing this one, and here we are.
Where do you work, and what's kind of your job history, and then how did you get financing, and how that whole experience work for those out there that are thinking about getting financing?
Yeah. So I currently work for a contractor for LG&E. We do a lot of things that we do, but I never purchased a home, or like I said earlier, it's just I was very green when it came to this kind of stuff. I was just kind of like, I don't really know what to do. So this team that they have going was great. They basically walked me step by step, and they always communicated with me. They said, okay, you need to do this, and we can get you moved forward. And then I just did what they told me, and it worked out great. I do not see any other company with this, strong of a team as far as helping people out and getting them the information they need. Because when I was, thinking about buying a house, I was like, I don't want to go with somebody and then they don't tell me a bunch of things, and then I owe, a ton of money on fees I didn't know about. I was just kind of paranoid about that. But, the process was great. Like I said, I tell everybody and always recommend this company.
How much money did you have to save up for a down payment, or did you even need a down payment?
So, long story short, I was told a certain amount, and I was able to make that amount. The lender pretty much told me if I can get my truck paid off, then the down payment will be a lot less. I think it ended up being 1%, which was like $1,500. So I was like, that's sick.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome.
That's great.
So to be specific with numbers, I think I paid $1,500 for a down payment.
That's great.
I was moved in.
That's great. I think a lot of people don't realize it. They think, oh, I need to have $10,000 or something like that.
That's what I thought for the longest time, so I was kind of always skeptical.
That's great. So what's the experience? How was it working with us as we were obviously building your house and then moving in and all that? And how was that experience? And what's some things that we did good and some things that we can improve on it?
There's a short list of things you can improve on. I'm trying to think of something, but as far as, colors of the exterior, the interior, the floors, everything, it was very smooth. I was shot a text message, hey, what kind of floors do you want? You can go pick them out here. And I was like, okay. Next day, went and picked them out, and they were there. Like I said, just super professional. Nobody gave me a hard time about anything. There were a few small things with the landscaping that I had to point out.
Okay.
Just to be, as far as if I can think of anything, but that was it. That was the only part of the whole process that I had anything to say about the whole, building it.
Were you able to get the issues resolved?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was some minor stuff with the sidewalk in the back was just a little spilled over, and I told John about it, and he fixed it like the next morning, and it was great. So
awesome. Well, I'm glad it got resolved.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you have any final thoughts for anybody else out there that's like you, that's a young person that's wanting to get into home ownership?
If you can calculate and you can bring home just enough, then it's possible. You don't have to make a crazy amount over. It would be nice to, but, it's very, very possible. You don't have to be, making $100,000 a year to own, a $200,000 house. You can have a lot of success, doing all this if you just go with the right people, which I would recommend you guys.
I appreciate that, Ben. All right. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I'm Tim. I am a Indiana resident, formerly in Jeffersonville, now Charlestown.
So I'd love to start off with asking you about this home that you bought from us. And so how long ago was it did you buy it?
We bought it, as of next month, it'll be a year.
You're awesome.
Yep.
So are you happy with the home so far?
Oh, it's been great. It's finally nice to actually call a place your own and kind of build your your roots from there.
So, what was it like working with our company?
It was fairly easy. I liked the experience of getting to be a part of the building process. When we got into this home and kind of signed off, it was still getting completed, so we got to pick paints, flooring, all that jazz.
That's awesome. So, what are some specific things you like about the home?
Oh, definitely I like the ability that we got to kind of choose the paints, we got to choose the flooring. It really made it feel like our home. And then I really do like how close it is to a lot of things around here.
Nice. So, I'd love to hear your story. So I think you mentioned before this is your first home that you've owned. So I'd love to hear your story of how you went from renting or whatever you're doing before to getting into home ownership.
So with renting, obviously, it was a long time of us just kind of living in an apartment, doing our own thing. We were, my wife's a teacher, I was a teacher at the time, and it just didn't, things ended up turning the way it did. I got into another position where we were able to finally start saving and putting more money towards our first home. And well, we all know, the market can be pretty crazy. So this is in our opinion, a great first starter home.
That's awesome. So what was the pricing compared to renting versus owning?
Honestly, as of right now, I'd say not much different. It's maybe a few hundred different. Nice. Obviously, a few years ago, renting was a little bit cheaper, so it's nice that I'm paying ideally around the same amount I was already paying in renting, but now it's going towards something that I own.
So, are Amazon tiny homes the real deal? These stories speak for themselves. Check out the Jubilee House. It might just be your perfect fit. The link's in the description. Go explore.